Hello friends, welcome back to my booktube channel. My name is Caroline and go by she, her pronouns, and I have to sneeze. Mind the chaos, moving is hard. This is an unlikely setup for me. Everything in my room is a mess. My bookshelf is not cute. Y'all would be super disappointed in me. You can see my phone on my little 5 Below tripod on my bed through my mirror. But this is the best I could do right now. Also, y'all, if my audio is terrible, I'm so sorry. I'm filming still on my phone and I'm trying my darndest to get a better quality microphone to film with. So I'm really sorry that the audio is shit, but I hope it's manageable. Today, Swifties and Gaylers, I am here to talk about the fact that I recently turned 22. Therefore, because my friends and my girlfriend Kath know I'm obsessed with books, evidently, I got some book-related bookish gifts. I wanted to share with y'all the little haul thing that I either got myself for my girlfriend's gift or books that my friends gave me, and it'll also in turn be my TBR. My evolving TBR. So I wanted to share that with you today because a lot of these books I've been super excited about reading for a while, and I also did a little book vlog while I was buying my books with my girlfriend's gifts. So therefore, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of a haul. Disclaimer, as a communist, I am not in favor of overconsumption and the culture of booktube, in the sense that there's a lot of haul and huge bookshelves and all this extravagance is a little crazy, unnecessary, and kind of, yeah, just produces this toxic culture of overconsumption. I want to let you know that I'm not all about that. However, I do love collecting books, so this haul will kind of serve as a purpose of adding some very interesting and neat books, in my opinion, to my collection. And the books that others got me are really meaningful to me because they got them for me. Furthermore, I know that not everyone has the privileges that I do in that they receive birthday gifts. So I just want to lay that all out there and also just thank all the lovely people in my life. I love y'all, and this is basically my TBR. Let's get started. So for the first few books that I got, I did a little book vlog for these. My lovely girlfriend Kath, I love her, she got me a nice hefty gift card to my ex-place of work, Barnes & Noble, and so I thought that I would go a little ham. So I did a little bit of a vlog, so without further ado, here's that. After that, I will come back and talk to y'all about the books. So let's see Caroline from the past.
Hey guys, what is up? I'm about to turn on my car, so give me a second. I also got myself a croissant that I am allergic to, but it's the only place that I know of with vegan croissants, so what am I gonna do, not eat it? This is the real showstopper. But this is not a mukbang. I went to my old place of work, I bought myself a membership, I got some books I've been wanting to read for a while, and I also ordered books on Thrift Books while I was in the store. Here's this collage montage of my reading adventure in Barnes & Noble. Bye.
Up the lazy river where the old mill run, the lazy, lazy river in the noonday sun. Linger in the shade of a kind old tree.
This one.
Throw away your troubles, dream a dream with me. Up the lazy river where the robin's song awaits the bright new morning, we can loaf along. Blue skies up above, everyone's in love.
Question. What do you do when you're walking around town and you see your regulars and like they're your favorite regulars, but they don't know they're your favorite regulars because they're literally just existing as lesbians with a child, and you think they're so adorable? What do? Do you say hi? Well, I'll tell you what, I did not say hi. I pretended I did not see them, and then I pretended that I was on the phone call with my girlfriend.
Yes, so as Miss Thing from the past just said, the books I bought that day from Bien are Dominicana by Angie Cruz, The Chosen and the Beautiful by Nevo, and Other People's Clothes by Carla Henkel. So these three books are all books that I've been wanting to read for a while. They're either, actually I think each of these have been recommended to me in the past, so that's exciting. And they're all just really, I don't know, nice covers, beautiful textured books. I don't know, I just love the feel of all these books. And I love hardcover books too, so that's a plus. But I've been waiting to get these books because I guess, I don't know, I was like, oh, maybe I can find them on thrift books, maybe I can get them from Audible, or maybe I can get them from Libby or listen to the audiobook somewhere. But I just thought I'd treat myself because all three of these books, A, they're beautiful, B, they all seem like compelling, interesting stories that I'd want to read and own and like hold. So yeah, we'll start with Dominicana by Angie Cruz. This story is basically about a forced marriage that a young girl from the Dominican Republic is forced into in order to eventually bring her family to the United States so they can move to the United States. It's set in the 60s, around the Trujillo era, and it kind of faces Ana, the main character, her inner turmoil with the abusive situation that she's in, her allegiance to her family, her allegiance to her country, and what it means to, I suppose, be in a situation like this. My lovely girlfriend Kath is Dominican, and we've been talking for a while about getting into different Dominican fiction together. And my lovely friend Jessica recommended me this book so long ago, and I was hesitant to read it because she told me of how sad it is and how heavy it is, but I think it'll be a beautiful read altogether, and I've always loved all of Jessica's recommendations. I just thought it was the perfect time to jump and buy this book. Next, we have The Chosen and the Beautiful. So this, first of all, is such a beautiful book. Like, I just really... what a beauty, and what a nice color scheme. It feels nice. I don't know, and I've also been waiting for this book to be in paperback for a while because for a hot second it was only in hardcover and it was a little bit more expensive. But I remember my friend Jamila also recommended me this book. There was a situation over the summer where I bought the hardcover version for her with my employee discount at the time, and I sent it to her, and I think she liked it. We haven't talked about it since she maybe read the book or finished the book, but I remember holding the book, the hardcover book in my hand, and I was like, it's so beautiful. I want to own it. I want to touch it. I want to read it. So yes, if you don't know, it's a retelling of The Great Gatsby from Jordan Baker's perspective. If you don't know, Jordan Baker was the kind of elusive woman who went out with Nick from The Great Gatsby. But in this retelling, she's a queer Asian woman who is also an immigrant, socialite, and magician, as it says in the back. So it's kind of like a more so speculative fiction take on The Great Gatsby from a queer Asian femme perspective. And I just think that's really exciting. The thing is, I read Sunny Book Nook's review on this on Goodreads because I have such a process about how I buy books. I have to like do research from all ends. They mentioned that it was cool and fantastical and compelling, but that they don't really care about Gatsby like that. And I was like, wait, true. So true. Like, I have had my past with Gatsby, like from all ends of the spectrum. Like, I read Gatsby in high school, obviously, who fucking didn't? I remember seeing the new Baz Luhrmann movie when it came out with the Lana Del Rey soundtrack. And then I also worked on the Great Gatsby play when I was in high school for my community theater. And I was like a dresser for all these adults, and it was really weird. So I have a history with Gatsby, but it's not like I particularly stan. Also, fuck F. Scott Fitzgerald. Fuck F. Scott Fitzgerald, guys. But with that said, I just think it'd be a quick, nice, interesting read, and I read a couple sentences, and it sounds like it's kind of giving like fuck men, fuck Nick. So I'm excited to read it. Yay. Next, of course, Carla Henkel's Other People's Clothes. I also got this recommended to me a little while back, and I was gonna wait for it to come out in paperback, but there was a BOGO. There was a BOGO with these two at the store. And so I decided to jump on it. I was hoping that my old friend cashier would discount the more expensive one, but it's fine. Not everyone's like me. But it's okay. Yes, I got this because it was a BOGO, 50% off, and it sounds really interesting. Also, the little placard, someone wrote, like on the bookshelf, someone wrote a little placard describing it, and I did not know that this had to do with the girlies who are obsessed with the Amanda Knox trial. And if you know me, you know that every couple months I decide to hyperfixate the house on the Amanda Knox trial. I was a little girly in Europe when the Amanda Knox trial was going down, and I just remember that shit was super formative to me. So now in my older years, I just think it's so interesting to watch all this stuff about the Amanda Knox case and the sexism that was there and the way that the media twisted it because she was a woman, and the way that the victim was basically robbed of her identity and grief, and the way that it was just crazy. So I'm excited to read this, but that's not all that this book is about. It's about this woman and this other girlie who are studying abroad in Berlin, and I suppose they're, I don't know, fans of pop culture and different things, and they go around Berlin and have fun. But then this author, I believe, allows them to stay in her apartment, and then they start to suspect that this author is making them the subject of her next like thriller book. And so there's some paranoia, there's some crazy stuff, there's some delusion, loss of reality, loss of grip on reality. And I love that trope. I love that trope. So I evidently don't know that much about this book or the reality of it is. That was mostly just a guess from what I've read. So I hope you enjoy. I hope I enjoy. I hope we enjoy. I did buy myself one more with my little gift from my lovely GF, and that is The Deep by Nick Cutter. So I recently read The Troop. I really loved it. I did. I liked it. I thought it was a great horror novel, of course with its asterisks, but I loved it, and I wanted to read more by him. I wanted to read something different by him. Little Heaven, his book, did not quite catch my interest. And I know there's an Audible exclusive that also didn't quite catch my interest, but The Deep sounds really interesting. It kind of sounds like a race against time, if you will, because it's another bioengineered twist on a horror book. So basically what I suppose happens is there's this disease that is taking over the world, literally true, relatable, and there's no cure, but then they discover that there's this ambrosia, I suppose, at the bottom of the ocean, and so divers or scientists go down to the deep. They go down to the deep and they seek it out, and shit gets horror-like. And also it did what The Troop did, I think. I don't know if there's articles, but I know that there are at least like journals in between, and I love that supplemental feature. Nick Cutter transformed me. I used to hate reading supplemental things in between chapters, but the way Nick Cutter did it in The Troop, I really liked, so I think I'll like this one too. So I'm excited. I love the deep ocean too. That shit is so fascinating, so I think it'll be a spooky read, giving Jules Verne if he had taste. So just kidding, I haven't read Jules Verne, but anyway. Next, I have bookie books from my friends who gifted me. So I'm gonna start with my books from my lovely friend, Sammy. So this book, I've been wanting to read literally forever, and from what I know, Sammy got this. He came to me and he's like, oh, I've been following this indie bookstore from Michigan and they recommended this book, and so I got it for you. And I was like, oh my god, what's the bookstore? Turns out it's Schuler Books, which is like a bookstore from my hometown. I also made a video on it. And so that was kind of heartwarming, and I've been wanting to read this book forever, but I did not even know it was about a lesbian character. So what a slay. So this book is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen, and it basically centers around a lesbian who is going through some mental health struggles, and so one day she decides to go to this church and join like a therapy group, I think. Take this with a grain of salt. So she decides to go to a church and join a therapy group, and I guess when she gets there, the like person in charge is like, oh, you're here for the job interview, and she's too nervous to say yes, or she's too nervous to say no, so she says yes. She auditions, applies, interviews for the job, and she gets it. And now she's this kind of atheist lesbian dealing with mental health issues, working in the church. So I think it really unpacks like her mental state and like her philosophical takes on what it means to be alive, etc., etc. I don't really know that much more about it, but I'm so excited. Also, it's just a really cute book. I love bunnies. I love hardcover books that are kind of slimmer. I don't know why. It's just kind of fun. Okay, so this next book, Stay and Fight by Madeline Fitch. I thought that I was having a moment, but then I realized, I guess Madeline Fitch is spelled with 2 F's. So go off, I guess. Who am I to talk? I'm Caroline White with a Y. So this book is really interesting. So supposedly, I still have not done my research on this book, but supposedly it's about a woman named Helen who moves to Appalachian, Ohio with her boyfriend, I suppose, and has these ideas of like living off the land. But then her stinky ass boyfriend calls it quits, and so her neighbors, she starts to rely on her neighbors, who are, I believe, these women and their newborn Pearlie. And I guess it's kind of an exploration of them all kind of living together. I don't really know. I, again, have yet to do my research, but it sounds really great. This review from Wes Benzina says, Fitch aims to update the frontier narrative from a queer feminist perspective. And also the synopsis on the back says, Stay and Fight shakes up what it means to be a family, to live well, to make peace with nature, and to make deals with the system. So I'm just really excited. I love books about women supporting each other and finding community in, I don't know, against odds, I suppose. So I'm very excited to read this. It's also a really sexy feeling, and it also was a finalist for the Los Angeles Times Book Prize and Lambda Literary Award for Lesbian Fiction. So Sammy hit the nail on the head. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much, Sammy, for these 2 books, and I literally can't wait to read. Next and almost last, my friend Gata got me A Nightmare in Villisca, which is by Richard Estep, and it's a true crime novel, and it's really interesting. She said that it was recommended to her from the Morbid podcast, which I've taken a couple listens to here and then. This is a very interesting true crime novel, which I guess is a cold case still. It surrounds like the axe murder of this entire family that I believe is still unsolved. And yeah, it just sounds really interesting, and I haven't ever fully, officially, in totality, read a true crime novel, because nonfiction is hit or miss for me sometimes. So I'm really excited to give this a try, and I think it'll be really great. So I'm very excited. Yay. And finally, I have one more bookish gift that a lovely friend gave me, and it was so thoughtful. Hold on, I need to go get it. 1 second. Oh my god, oh my god. So, what is this beautiful contraption, you might ask? Well, my thoughtful friend Katie gave me a book embosser. I did not know what that was either, I'm not gonna lie. But she did a little demonstration. Katie always hits it out of the park with these gifts. But it basically, you kind of do that to a page of a book, and it leaves like a mark or a seal or a stamp or something engraved in the paper. So this one, when you put it on a piece of paper, it says, from the library of Carrie Luna, which is like my little nickname, I guess. And so I did it to each one of these books to mark them first and foremost. So here, I don't know if you can see, but it says from the library of Carrie Luna. It's so adorable. And it's textured. It feels all nice. So I'll be slowly doing this to each and every book in my collection, and it just makes me so happy, especially as a book collector. So if I ever like happen to sell or donate any of my books, they'll have a little mark of me. So future thrift books buyers, watch out, because yeah. So, best friends, that is basically it for today. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed my sneezing. I hope you enjoyed me trying my best in the chaos that is my room. Thank you all so much for continuing to support my YouTube and be here and talk about books with me. Each and every one of you are so lovely, and I value our online acquaintanceship. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you are interested in any of these books, and I will get back to y'all in however long it takes me to read all of these books after I read them. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how I felt about them. And also, thank you, friends. Thank you, Catherine, for these lovely, lovely gifts. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Cuddle up and don't be